I think we're live.
Are we live? Are we live, guys? Yes, we are. Welcome to the stream, everybody. I'm not your host. I'm Tyrone. Your host is Rap. I am not Rap. We got real Texas politics here today. I don't know what we're talking about on this stream, but before we get started, smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell, join the channel. It's $1 a month. You can afford that, frankly, unless you're literally a broke-ass high school student, in which case, fair enough. If you want to support the channel, you can leave a super chat in the comments. If you want your comments read, be sure to share everything on social media, get people watching, get people to join the channel, and I'm gonna send it over the Rap, and let's get started after that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I like Tyrone says, join the channel, subscribe, share with your friends, all that good stuff. Share on Twitter, Facebook, wherever you're on. Lord Rhino for 2. Nancy Bass strikes again. So yeah, there's a lot of breaking news this morning. The Secret Service director has resigned. We have breaking news when it comes to Biden's situation, which is just I don't know what to think about this. There's a lot of stuff happening. First, we talk about the Jimmy Carter stuff right off the bat.
Yeah, that was a genius troll though, that letter.
Yeah, for those that don't know, like Real Tech said before the stream, we thought we were gonna wake up to Joe Biden dying. We weren't thinking of waking up to Jimmy Carter surviving. Yeah.
Well, in retrospect, I didn't actually think Biden was gonna die. I was just hypothetically speaking.
Yeah.
You know?
But I find it funny where it's like, oh yeah, Jimmy Carter's actually alive. For those that don't know, I guess there's a fake letter, and I guess Mike Lee fell for it, and then Laura Loomer. Mike
Lee fell for it. Laura Loomer fell for it. A bunch of just normal people on Twitter are falling for it. It's probably the best bait I've ever seen in my life, to be completely honest with y'all.
Well, if you just read the first paragraph, you would realize immediately it was a troll.
Yeah, no one reads these fucking paragraphs. That's their thing.
Yeah,
and that's what makes the troll so genius. Is it just yeah.
Yeah, so the second paragraph was like the Panama or something like that was a disaster.
And it was talking about like Nancy Reagan being a baddie or something.
Yeah,
which that's kind of a meme on the left about Nancy Reagan was like all sexual and stuff.
Yeah,
which I think was actually true, but that's beside the point.
Least promiscuous Californian.
Oh gosh. Okay, let's see here. Christopher Gooden for 2. Did Biden have a stroke or something? We'll get to Biden stuff in a second. There's some very sus stuff.
Yeah, supposedly, from what I've heard, he is going to be in Austin, Texas next Monday at the LBJ Presidential Library for Civil Rights 60th anniversary thing.
I am moving.
What time?
What's up?
What time is he going to be at the LBJ Center?
I don't know. I just said the 29th. Let me look. Yeah, it just says Monday the 29th.
All right, let's see here. I Am Moon has been a member for 7 months. Thanks so much, good sir. Anthony Minimum for 5. I was trying to tell you yesterday, New Jersey, the national popular vote, interstate compact state. It's part of the clause, and it has legislation in place. Also, you like my profile picture? I honestly don't know who that is. But yeah, so the whole thing with the interstate compact, I think it only goes into effect when they get a majority or something, right?
It only goes into effect when the majority of states, i.e., like when enough states that make it when enough states that register as 270 electoral votes or more sign on to it, then it goes into effect.
So it doesn't go into effect right now. It would be funny, though, if it goes into effect the first that happens, Trump wins a popular vote. I hope that happens. They're going to immediately realize, oh, God, we effed up.
It's incredibly unconstitutional, though, and the moment that it tries to get passed, I really, really doubt SCOTUS is going to let that fly.
They're not. American Nerd for 5. Rap, did you watch the Trump-Vance interview with Jesse Waters? If so, what are your thoughts? I saw some of it, and Trump had questions about the Secret Service. Yeah, so, I watched part of the interview. I think it was solid. People are making a big deal about Vance. Like, some people got to touch grass. But I think we talk about the Secret Service stuff, because this is kind of breaking news as we speak. The director of the Secret Service has officially resigned.
Yep, Kim Cheadle's gone.
L's in chat, S to spit. Yeah, listen, I don't care who you are. The fact that I just can't believe this is real, but...
I can.
Well, I just can't believe it took this long for her to resign. It should have been like 5 minutes later. Immediately after the fact. She should have resigned right after the shooting. Because this is ridiculous. I mean, did you guys hear that hearing yesterday?
Yeah.
That was bad.
Call it for what it is, guys. Criminal negligence. Criminal negligence.
I mean, didn't like AOC even like fucking roast her or something?
Yeah, AOC was like, "What the hell are you doing?" She was one of the only Democrats that actually took it seriously. The other ones were like, "We didn't gun control."
I want to give my 2 cents regarding this situation. Progressives and liberal Democrats are taking it seriously because they're starting to realize it could be them that's next. That's all.
Some of them are. Some are just saying gun control.
If you go after a former president running on a campaign, who's to say that assassins can't go after other people?
Yeah. Anthony Minimum.
Political violence is indiscriminate across the political spectrum, y'all.
Anthony Minimum for 2. It's Thomas Jefferson near the end of his life. Oh, okay, that's who it is. I can't really tell because it's kind of small. General Hydra has been a member for 11 months. What do you think about Trump versus Harris? We did a stream on that yesterday, but I think Trump is a clear favorite at this point. So, but yeah, I'm gonna say the Secret Service stuff. We're learning more about the assassination stuff. There are some sketchy things going on. Like apparently, and this is unconfirmed, but there was a group, I forgot which group it was. They tracked cell phone data from the
Heritage. It was Heritage Foundation.
It was Heritage Foundation. Okay.
The same people in charge of Project 2025, by the way.
Yeah. So they tracked cell phone data, I think, or something like that, to Crooks' house, and they found that he was going to like some FBI building in DC like every day or something crazy like that. Yeah, it was like some weird thing. I could pull it up actually, because if this is real, which I have my doubts about. Let me pull it up. Crooks FBI.
He's a fed.
See, it looks like, yeah, this was the Heritage Foundation. You're right, Tyrone. Okay, right here. So, someone who regularly visits Crooks' home and also visited a building in Washington, D.C., located in Gallery Place. This the same vicinity of an FBI office on June 26, 2023.
I'm not going to say it's the FBI. I frankly don't really believe in that kind of nonsense, but at the bare minimum, this was criminal negligence. If the FBI was in charge of it, I doubt it was the FBI proper. It was most likely, if anything, I'm willing to bet it was probably just gross negligence, and Sheila Lee Jackson dying is awfully convenient. Because she was the one, she was in charge of the secret security oversight for Trump and his
No, she had cancer. That's a different story. But yeah, so it's very suspicious. Well, cancer can it get bad real quick.
Which, by the way, the whole flags at half mast at the Capitol.
Yeah, that was for Jackson.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
I think they always do. I think they always do that whenever a representative.
Now, I want to be clear about this. This doesn't mean that Crooks was actually a Fed, but it's just very suspicious that, according to the Heritage Foundation, they use cell phone data. Which, again, it could be off by a couple miles.
I mean, to be fair, it could be an FBI agent just looking at Crooks' house.
That's one theory I've heard. That this is just an FBI agent. They knew about this. Which, by the way, what's that one meme? It's like he was on their radar or something.
Yes, basically.
It's either I think that's the more legitimate thing, because if the FBI knew about this, that would make sense. It just shows how incompetent they are. All right, Lord Rhino for 2. What's the National Popular Vote Interstate Compact? So basically, whoever wins the popular vote wins. That's what it comes down to. So that's what it is. American Nerd for 10. It's basically they circumnavigate the laws. American Nerd for 10. I watched most of the hearing yesterday, and even Ro Khanna brought up that the Secret Service director during the Reagan attempt resigned and said that she should too. Props to him, I guess. Well, even Democrats are realizing this is insane. what happened. Because they're realizing, wait a minute, that you didn't even know about this guy in the building. He's right in front of the white, you didn't have people in the building. You probably did or something. It's like, really? That they don't know? What do you guys think? Thank you.
Gross incompetence and criminal negligence.
I agree. Now, we're hearing more stuff. This it is getting very sketchy, though. The more we're hearing about it.
Yeah.
Let's see here. The fact she thought after the Reagan attempt the director stayed when questioned by a Dem, she really knows nothing about anything. Yeah, she gets some weird responses. Like, I think with James Comer, he was pressing her about, like, hey, how did, like, ABC and I think it was Punchbowl or whatever, they got her entire statement before the hearing, somehow. Think about that. Her entire statement, I guess, was leaked to the media, and she doesn't know how that happened. She is so full of it. It is clear they're covering something up. They know more than they're telling. It's just ridiculous. This is insane. We were an inch away, not even an inch, a quarter of it. Was it a quarter of an inch from Trump?
We were like,
Something like that.
2 or 3 millimeters.
Yeah, and they're lying to the committee. Listen. If you actually screwed up, be honest. Yeah, you're be fired. But now it's like, wait, you're hiding stuff from the committee. You're lying to them. You're telling everything to the media, but you're lying to the committee. Wait, what? Truck with Christ for 5. Man, I really hope these improvements with old minorities carries a JD or whoever the future presidential nominee is. I hope they all don't revert. Well, apparently Quinnipiac and they released a new poll and they have like Vance's numbers like very good with minorities or something.
Oh, speaking of which, Vance is now basically leading for the 2028 primary, according to polls.
I think he's the front runner. I really believe it.
Like second to that, I think it's DeSantis and then Vivek.
Yeah. So I think with Vance, the more people learn about him, the more they realize he's a good guy. He's someone that should be a future president. And you just find it ironic how all the simps are all saying, he has no charisma. When 5 months ago, they were all saying DeSantis was the second coming of Reagan. Remember that? We heard that for a year, that he was the second coming of Reagan. Now they're saying Vance is uncharismatic. Really? There's a difference between being humble and being uncharismatic. Vance is humble. He grew up in rural Ohio. He grew up in shit. And so you're telling me that's uncharismatic because he doesn't sound like Trump? Really? I don't get it. I just don't get it all. That these same people, they were wrong about everything.
But you know what?
What?
You know what does get it though?
Don't you say it. Don't you dare.
Riz used to get it.
Thank God your mic cut out for a second.
Riz used to get it in Ohio.
Let's see here. American Nerd for 5. Rap. Before July 13th, I thought the most incompetent agency was the FBI, and I'm starting to think that title should go to the United States Secret Service. All of them. They're all incompetent, and they're all corrupt. All of them are. The FBI, apparently they had like 5 phones of like on the rooftop or something, and that's gone now? How? It's just the more you're reading about this situation, the more you really begin to wonder. I'm not saying it was an inside job. I think that's irresponsible to say that. But we're getting to a point now where there's at least a legitimate possibility that there could be something more to the story. Is that too like brash, or is that too like fast to say that? I don't know. Because I'm trying to be careful. I'm not saying that it was for sure a conspiracy, but I don't know. The story is not lining up. Tyron, what do you think? Do you think it's too fast to say that?
I think we need a more thorough investigation.
I agree. Well, apparently they're gonna release a report in like 3 months or something. They need 3 months to release a report that they probably got done yesterday. Unbelievable.
By the way, it's also official from Trump. He is not appointing Jamie Dimon or Larry Fink or
I want
whoever
to
those
talk
people
about
are.
that. I want to talk about these anonymous sources for a second because we had some big ones. That was a big one. It was say the names again.
Jamie Dimon, something, Larry Fink.
Yeah, so those were like the BlackRock people. There was
Donald Trump says he has never discussed or thought of Jamie Dillon or Larry Fink
Yeah,
for
so
U.S. Treasury
I
Secretary.
forgot. Was it the Atlantic that posted this? That he was going to pick one of those two? Or was it the New York
Yeah,
Post?
and I think wasn't it also the Atlantic that reported that they were going to attack
And I want to segue to
Harris
this.
for the
I wanted to
fucking,
segue to this. For the crime stuff. Truck with Christ for 5. As someone who loves DeSantis, prefers him to Trump in terms of him being more conservative, I'm completely happy with Vance in 2028 and Trump now. Yeah, anyone with a brain, anyone that's respectable and reasonable, they realize Vance is fine. He's a good guy.
DeVancis would actually be a fucking unstoppable ticket if you ask me.
Yeah,
give DeSantis time to show that he's actually fucking reformed his shit.
He has time.
Yeah, DeSantis has time to prove himself as worthy again, and in that case, let him be vice president or prove himself.
Yeah. My glitchy EV for 2. Watch the report be the October surprise. I think the October surprise be like Taiwan invading or being invaded. That.
All right, I gotta go.
All right, it's your turn. It's either gonna be that or Ukraine just collapses. It's gonna be one of those two, which they basically already are. All right.
Well.
Let's pull. I want to pull up the the Atlantic. They're the ones that said the Trump campaign is going to attack Kamala Harris for being, what was it, too pro-cop or something? And the lines of that.
I think too. Yeah, something like that.
Like too pro-law and order or something. Well, the first that the Trump campaign did today, they did I think 20 tweets of this. Meet Jali Stallings. In June 2020, Stallings was charged with the attempted murder of 2 police officers in the 2020 riots. Kamala Harris raised money to bail Stallings out of jail. Kamala Harris is radically liberal and dangerously incompetent. They posted 10 of these, where Kamala Harris tried to bail these people out. So much for the idea that they were going to run to the left. I really wonder if the Trump campaign, they just bullshitted that guy from the Atlantic. Can you imagine it turns out they completely made it up? That they just lied to the person? We're gonna run to the left of Kamala Harris. How could I fell for it for a minute because this is the Trump campaign. I just had some fears they would do this, but they're not. Right off the bat, they're attacking her for crime. They're attacking her for immigration. They released that ad that she covered up the Biden stuff, and I believe they released a new ad today. I could be wrong. Right? Did they release a new ad? I thought so.
I think they did.
Yeah. K-Cub for 10. A former Reagan/Bush secretary, Secret Service member who works for my dad is disgusted by all of this. Took her 10 days to resign when he almost lost his job because a train depot, ignored his motorcade route instructions. Yeah, so the reason that she was protected was she's a woman. That's just the reality of it. She was someone that got hired not because of experience, but because she's a woman. That's the reality of it. On Point Politics for 2. No, the Jimmy Carter stuff's fake. Thanks for the super chat. Jimmy Carter's not dead. Not yet, at least. There's a chance Jimmy Carter outlives Biden. There's a legitimate chance that happens. How? I don't know. But alright. Yeah, so the Jimmy Carter stuff is completely fake. Who started that? I'm curious. Was it leftist that was just trolling or what?
Yeah, I think it was.
Let's see here. Carter be 150. NBC, Biden to give a White House address on his decision to exit the race Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. We're gonna react to that, I think, tomorrow. But yeah, that's possibly the whole point of the stream. What the hell is going on with Biden? Have we seen him in a week?
Oh.
We're supposedly gonna see him today. Supposedly he's gonna be at the White House today. But
Supposedly
swear
today and supposedly in Austin. That's all I know.
But this is where things get kind of weird. What if they just, they claim it's the White House, but there's no video of it? What if they just pull that crap? That's gonna make people really wonder, okay, Is he dead? Because, I mean, there's no evidence of it. There's no evidence right now that he's alive. None. And that audio recording, that was fake. I'm not, it could be real, but it could be pre-recorded. Who knows? But we have no proof that Kamala or Joe Biden's alive. None. And there's reports saying that he's on his deathbed, which I don't believe. There's some reports that I don't know if I believe it, but yeah. RT Uxley for 2. They won't be able to print all the ballots now. I compare reports on Biden of rumors that Eisenhower was dying when he was president. He would die in 1969. Well, Eisenhower did have some health issues. And that was back in the 50s. So it's possible that, that was just fake news. But this is the modern era. You got Twitter and stuff. Biden isn't going to go to the White House today. His events were canceled. Wait, what?
What's that according to?
Can you confirm that?
I don't think I can.
Just look on Twitter. There's something about that. Biden isn't going to go to the White House today. And that's from Alex Maddox. He wouldn't lie about that.
Maybe.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, look at the Las Vegas stuff, which we could... Well, let's just say there was a problem in Las Vegas.
Yeah, and by the way, this has nothing to do with that Laura Loomer health stuff.
Yeah, that was horseshit. That was complete horseshit.
Yeah.
But, for those that don't know, and this is what people started to wonder. This was I think a week ago, was this? Last Monday or something?
When it was announced that he had COVID, yeah.
Yeah, so he was supposed to speak at Las Vegas for a rally with the culinary union or something like that, right? And
I think something. I think it was a Hispanic something
or Hispanic. It was either the Hispanics or culinary union. Either way. Well, 3 hours after he was supposed to speak, they said that he was sick and he couldn't speak. He had COVID. Well, now everyone's basically confirmed this, except for one of the mainstream media. They've yet to talk about this, but apparently, the Las Vegas Police Department, they had to shut down a bunch of roads to a hospital because the motorcade was rushed to the hospital because apparently he had a possible stroke. I'm not saying that's 100% true. There could be a chance this is bullshit, but this is the Las Vegas Police Department we're talking about. They're known for covering stuff up. I would not be shocked if they did cover this up, but there's a chance that he had a health issue. There's a health crisis that happened last Monday or something. Same day he got COVID. It could be possible as COVID, but it was a really bad case of it. Could be. American Nerd for 5. Rap. What was your favorite moment of the hearing yesterday? Mine was when Fallon told the director to go back to guarding Doritos. That was funny. I think the best moment was when Nancy Mace told her you're full of shit. So. Wasn't the main reason he dropped out because of his health? Yeah, but apparently it's way worse than they're making it sound like it is. But yeah, people were saying in chat, it is suspicious. We haven't heard anything about this. That they've been covering all this up. Why are they still covering it up? He dropped out. Why? What's the point of covering this up? I'm not serious. Because, he dropped out. You could finally admit, yes, he has health problems. We've realized that his health is getting worse, but he's able to function. But he can't run for another 4 years. You could have just said that. But they're covering it up still. They're still trying to make it sound like, oh, he's perfectly fine. Just, he decided, what, the party doesn't want him. For the betterment of the country, I'm not going to run. Or some crap like that. Air Force One made a 6-hour flight in less than 4 hours. Yeah, I heard about that also, that a flight that's supposed to take 6 hours, they got there in 3 or something. I don't know. They only tell when the doctors say there's no chance of him getting out of the hospital bed. No, he might not be able to get out of the bed right now.
By the way, we do have some VP updates. So there was a report from ABC that the shortlist seems to be down to Josh Shapiro and Mark Kelly. However, according to the Pennsylvania Capital Star, Josh Shapiro at a press conference in Shippensburg, Pennsylvania, said that he hasn't been asked for and hasn't submitted vetting paperwork for VP, contrary to the published reports.
And I don't want to be that guy, but this Democrat Party we're talking about, they don't want a Jew on the ticket. I'm sorry, but that's reality. But that's a Democrat Party for you. They don't want a Jewish guy on the ticket. It's stupid, but that's the reality of it. Because guess what? Half their party is not a big fan of them right now. I hate to say that, but it's true. This is a modern Democrat Party. They do not like people like Shapiro. They don't. Right now. They're not happy with him. And that's just gonna piss off Muslims in Michigan. It's just progressives as a whole that support Palestine. So I don't think it's be Shapiro. I think it's gonna be Cooper still. He has nothing to lose, but yeah.
I put out a whole tweet yesterday saying why I think it's gonna be Mark Kelly.
It could be Mark Kelly.
And I think a big reason is, like, I mean, if they're making a big play for, well, I mean, Trump obviously had his assassination attempt. It is possible they could try to counter that with Gabby Giffords.
Yeah. But it's like, that's not going to work. Mark Kelly's a shit debater. People got to look that up. He is not a good debater at all. I mean, it gets freaking, what's her name?
Yeah, because I was even saying, like, oh, yeah, it could give him ammo because the assassination attempt will probably come up. Which, yeah, he'll probably try to counter that with his wife. Which, yeah, that's...
Yeah, but it's like, he's not a good debater. Look up 2020 with McSally, was it?
Or even with Blake Masters.
Oh yeah, Masters like rolled him over. That was bad for Mark Kelly. That's why I thought he was gonna win because of it, but I think it was too late at that point.
Yeah, Maricopa stuff.
Yeah. American Nerd for 2. White House is in death of sullen mode right now. I think it's 50-50 with him being alive or not. I hate to say that, but unless we see him today, I hope we see him. But Anthony minimum for 2. Trump just posted on Truth Social. Posted what? He posts like every minute on Truth Social. What does he say now?
I'll look it up.
Truck with Christ for 2. Please pick Shapiro now. That would ruin them for 2028. Yeah. Why would they pick him now? They're not gonna win.
Let's see. I mean, yeah, Trump's done a lot of, there's the whole Larry Fink stuff. There's a YouTube video of him and a golfer.
I saw that. Which, by the way, Trump's a good golfer. Watch that video.
He's asking who's running the country. Lying Kamala Harris destroys everything she touches.
Not wrong.
Something. Why did Fox News put up Tim Walz in Minnesota? Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Harris shortlist reportedly Shapiro, Cooper, Bashir, Kelly, and Tim Walz. I don't believe Tim Walz.
Tim Walz is apparently on some shortlist. I don't know. It depends on the source, I guess.
Yeah, I don't honestly believe that. What does he add to the ticket except for being Minnesota? That's literally it.
That is pretty much what it is. Like, that's...
I don't know. Lord Rhino for 5. I doubt Biden is dead. It would have been leaked by now. Well, the thing is, no one actually knows what's going on. We know for a fact White House staffers, they were not told till 5 seconds before he died, or dropped out, that he was dropping out. So it's entirely possible what's happening is, there's like 5 people that know he's like, and I'm not saying this is what's happening, but it's entirely possible you got like Jill Biden, his brother James was saying some weird stuff. It's entirely possible it's just like 5 or 6 people, they know he's dead, but they haven't said anything. They just said he's like in the back room somewhere, just sleeping. American Nerd for 3. I hope Biden is okay. I don't want Harris as POTUS. Yeah, I hope Biden's okay. I don't like him, but if they're covering up his death, which I tied 50-50 on, that would not be good. Alright. Walz also used to represent a white working class district in the House. Yeah, but with Harris, that's not going to matter. Kamala Harris has negative appeal to these people. Worse than Clinton. Alright, Biden's in the back rooms. Alright. So, should we talk about the 25th Amendment real quick? Since we're on the subject of Biden.
I guess.
Because there was a report from, I think it was the New York Post. Yeah. So, if this is real, we have a big problem. According to them, Biden was blackmailed into dropping out of the race after two top Democrats threatened to remove him from office with the 25th Amendment. Apparently, they were going to get rid of him. That this was it. Nancy Pelosi said a couple weeks ago, you have 3 weeks before we do something the hard way.
Oh, yeah, because I think Nancy Pelosi had said something like, oh, yeah, we're going to do everything we can to make sure Biden drops out.
Yeah, that's a report. And now, it's coming out that apparently they threatened the 25th Amendment on him. I don't care who you are. This is dangerous. This is not what the 25th Amendment's for. It's not meant for political games. It's meant for, okay, if the president's incapacitated, we need the vice president to have the duties delegated to her or him at that time. Not, oh yeah, if you don't drop out, we're going to 25th Amendment you, and you're gone. What are we doing? What are we doing about the 25th? What's the point? Because now you're setting a dangerous precedent where now the vice president has all the leverage over the president. He can do whatever he wants. Just get a majority of the cabinet to say, yeah, he's unfit. And you can throw him out. I know there's other procedures to the 25th Amendment, but now this is a Pandora's box that we're opening. It's not good. Truck with Christ for 2. Just curious how deep is the Republican bench. We got people like Vance. We got people like DeSantis, kind of still. Youngkin we got. Let's see here. Top of my head. I'm gonna include, I guess, Nikki Haley technically. She's awful, but yeah. Nighthawk for 5. Biden is definitely alive. It would have been leaked by Kamala to secure the presidency by succession. No way she should pass that up. Well, again, I believe if he's actually dead, they're not saying anything. They're not even telling Harris or anyone like that. It's just 5 people. They're just saying he's like sleeping or something. I'm not saying it's happening, but Gustavo G for 2. Opinion on FAU Trump plus 5 poll versus Harris today. Yeah, so FAU, a Democrat pollster, has Trump up by 5 over Kamala Harris. If they have him up by 5, yeah, there's no way that she could win. Hell, I actually have the poll right here. Yeah. Harris is down by 5. And yeah, I love how they spin this. Harris narrows the race to 49-44, reversing Democratic slide.
Oh, yeah, I think they are like a Democratic pollster, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so. But it's FAU, it's a university. It might be, I don't know. But yeah, so they're coping, and they're saying, Kamala Harris reverses the Democratic slide. You're losing by 5. You losing by 5. Hell, when you include Kennedy, the lead expands to 6. Unbelievable. And even the same pollster, they have Kamala Harris with a net negative favorability of 6. Which, it's closer to 20. But even they have Trump with a positive approval. Bro. This is the Democrat, these are the polls that are showing Democrats doing better. They have to spin it to even get a 5-point deficit. Holy crap. Kelly's daughter is a drug addict and he has the border issue to deal with. I think Cooper's most likely. Yeah, maybe.
Well, I don't think Democrats would care that his daughter's a drug addict. They have Hunter Biden.
They picked up Heels Up Harris. What?
They have Hunter Biden, so.
Yeah, they got Harris. Well, go look at Willie Brown for those that don't know. Ben 6 for 2. Look at DW fan at Expo, Louisiana. Yeah, apparently they're suing Section 2 again. Which, why did you drop it in the first place? Why did you wait till now to bring it back? I don't know. But apparently they're using this
2026 redistricting or something.
With Louisiana, the primary's in 4 months. So they got time still. It's unlikely, but I'm gonna look this up. DW fan. Yeah, so okay, here it is right here. Let me post in the chat. I'm curious about this. Why did they wait till now? That's one thing I'm kind of just baffled by. They waited till July, almost August, to renew its constitutional challenge of Section 2. And apparently, they're using the same argument that Thomas and Kavanaugh used. That Section 2 is no longer needed. It was needed in the 60s, but it's not anymore. Will they be successful? I hope. But I don't know why they waited till now. American Nerd for 5. There was a movie in the 90s called Dave, where the president got a stroke and his chief of staff hires a lookalike to stand in his place. I'm just saying. I won't dig that deep.
Yeah, I mean that's probably what like Loomer's going to claim when
Biden
finally steps out.
By the way, she needs to go to a mental hospital. I don't want to be like that, but for once, she blocked me for literally no reason. I don't even interact with her. She blocked me. It's like, what? I didn't even say anything. But number 2, she says a batshit crazy stuff. Sometimes she's right, but when you say hundreds of crazy things, you're bound to get right once in a while. It's not like Alex Jones where he's right like 80% of the time, or 90%. It just, with Loomer, it's like she's right 1% of the time. Big stories, but it's like, who cares? The white guy that didn't work, the white guy thing didn't work for Hillary. Maybe Kamala should double down and have Hillary or Michelle as VP. Well, yeah, she's gonna pick a white guy. It's B. Cooper, I think. Because they think if we get a white guy, they're gonna vote for us. Yeah, no.
By the way, for those that didn't see my tweet on Mark Kelly, basically is summarized that I think it's basically tradition. Democrats have always picked a senator, and that's really the only one on the short list
when was
now.
the last time they didn't pick a senator?
1984.
Really?
But yeah, 1984 for was it Ferraro or something?
Oh yeah.
But yeah, 88 was Benson, 92, 96 Gore, 2000 Lieberman, 2004 Edwards, 2008 and 12 was Biden, 2016 came, 2016 came, 2020 Kamala Harris. So yeah, it's been quite a while since they've last not picked a senator.
Which I guess makes sense, because senators are pretty good usually.
Let's see. Also, I mean, he's from a swing state. He's from Arizona, so I guess it can kind of help there, and that's a large Hispanic population.
Frankly, I don't think it's gonna help with anything.
And he's a former astronaut, comes off as moderate, and of course, you got his wife. That's who's a major gun control activist.
All right.
So,
Kid Cub for 5. The footage of my station is feedback to me of the Harris rally in Milwaukee today. Shows a high school gym and a crowd of 85 to 90% boomers. Lol. Yeah, that's not a surprise. I mean, people gotta understand that the only voter Kamala Harris actually appeals to is white, upper middle class, resist liberal boomers. That's it. Back in 2020, that you can look this up. Her polling data, she got like 1% of black voters. It was below 0 actually. Her only vote is the white resist liberal, especially older ones. We saw this actually in the polling yesterday in Quinnipiac. Harris's best age group were boomers by a significant margin. So that's why I'm saying that the whole idea that she's going to energize a youth vote, that's horseshit. She's doing worse with young people than Harris or Biden, which is just hilarious, but that's what some people are showing.
She probably does a better job at being trendy, because I guess she does have some energy.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. She does polling-wise, she does worse. All right, Truck with Christ for 2. To think Loomer ran for my district last year. Where did Loomer run again? Which district of Florida?
Florida's 11th, I think.
And who was that against?
That was against... Who did Sabatini run against this time?
Was it Weber?
Yeah, I think it was Webster.
Webster.
Yeah, she only won Sumter County because of all the boomers in the villages.
Let's see, your older black woman. Yeah, she only appeals to black women, which they're already voting Democrat no matter what, and older white upper middle class resist liberals. That's it. That's like 10% of the vote. You're not gonna win anything with that. She appeals less to white voters in general. She has no appeal to Hispanics. Yeah, not good. You can't compare primaries to the real election. Democrats could run a blank deed ticket, and those morons would still vote Democrat. Well, we're getting polling data. She's at like 20% of blacks are voting Republican still. And that's is it better than Biden? Maybe, but that's still like what 20 points worse than 2020 or something crazy like that, right?
Probably.
Yeah, it's like just because she's doing slightly better than Joe with some demographics, she's really not.
I mean, she will probably get more black turnout just because she's black.
Yeah, but then
I think then again, yeah, there is some excitement that's probably evaporated since you already had Obama.
Well, and not only that, but I think this excitement they're seeing right now, it's be dead in a week. Because they're going to realize real quickly, oh my god, this is the replacement?
Oh yeah, you listen to Snoop Dogg and Tupac in 1985.
Yeah, I remember that.
She lied about her favorite rappers.
Yeah, when did Snoop Dogg start?
1990 something.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I remember that. Yeah, so the Trump campaign, they're attacking her brilliantly right now. For one, they're calling her a liberal and a radical, which she is. And now they're introducing her to the country. She's insane. She's delusional. I would have used that attack line. Yeah, in 1986, I listened to Snoop Dogg, but he started singing, or he started his career in the 90s. I think it's a good attack line because it just shows you she's so full of shit. She's a liar. She doesn't know what she's talking about. Christopher Gooden for 2. 20% of blacks are Republican. Let's go. Yeah, if 20% of blacks are voting Republican. Yeah.
The election's pretty much over at that point.
Yeah. And that's not a count for white voters.
I mean, polling does tend to oversample black Republicans, but
the thing is, not by that much. By like a point or two. But the New York Times, they never did that. They never overstated Trump's support with black voters, and they have them at 25%. So. Oh, we got breaking news. Apparently from Red Lion. Josh Shapiro says in an interview he won't be the vice president. Is that real? Well, now that Red Lion said it's probably real.
For what?
Josh Shapiro will not be the vice president, according to him.
Well, there you go. Vice President Josh Shapiro. I'm kidding.
No. Yeah. It's a Red Lion said
I kid, but I kid. I still think it's going to be Mark Kelly.
I think it's Cooper. I don't think they're a risk with Kelly. I don't know. Let's see here. And did Snoop Dogg say earlier this year he has nothing but love for Trump, lol? Yeah, there's a bunch of rappers that are getting warm to Trump. They're starting to support him.
I don't know if I want to believe that, considering he had a music video where he staged a Yeah,
it's Snoop Dogg, but still. I mean, I don't know. American Nerd for 10, rap. Ever saw the movie Wig the Dog? It's where the president's staff hires Hollywood people to fake a war to distract the people from a scandal and win re-election. How is that for an October surprise? That's obviously a comedy. That sounds like it, but yeah. Voices for 2. Red Line says that Stacey Abrams won't be Harris's vice president. I hope they pick Stacey Abrams now. That's actually a good pick for them. Pick Stacey Abrams. What's worse that could happen?
Yeah, the person has been trying to be governor for like her entire life.
She still thinks she's a governor. She still thinks it to this day after getting crushed a second time. What's the third time? Would be like deep or R plus 30 or something.
Yeah, she's probably gonna run again.
Oh gosh, please. All right. Chunk yogurt lasted longer in the race than Kamala Harris. Yeah, that's true.
Oh, by the way, something I got to point out.
Hey, Vince now.
If you live in Missouri, vote for Bill Eigel for governor. He put out a great ad
and vote
on
for
illegal immigration today.
Was it the Secretary of State or Attorney General? Which race was that? The
Secretary of State, Denny Hoskins.
Yeah, do not vote for Gomez, wherever her name is.
Yeah, Valentina Gomez. She's terminally online.
She's
grifter.
Insane. And there's been polling data where she actually has a chance because friggin' these Republican boomers are falling for this crap. She hates Catholics. Do not vote for this scumbag. Listen,
she doesn't even talk about what she would do as Secretary of State.
She doesn't.
All she does is she just runs around St. Louis screaming weak and gay. She's on basically every fucking show doing what God knows what.
Yeah.
Well, she's not even campaigning on Secretary of State.
Yeah, but again, when she
might actually win the nomination.
Again, when she said about Catholics, she discussed everyone. She tried to cover that crap up. When she tried to say the Catholics are pedophiles. That's what she said. Unfreaking believable. It pissed me off.
Yeah, because she basically misread something from like a news organization saying that, oh yeah, the Vatican doesn't actually support transgender children. And then apparently she misread that and basically called Catholics pedophiles.
Again, I'm not denying there was a problem in the early 2000s. I'm not denying, no one is. But a lot of those problems have been addressed. And now this scumbag is still running that crap in the year 2024. As a Catholic, this pisses me off. And no Catholic should vote for that. I mean, it's one thing to say there's sex abuse in the early there's sex abuse that got exposed. Yeah, whatever, fine. But to say that every Catholic's a pedophile or an enabler of it, that's what I think she said. And she got covered up. That should just, ugh. I'm sorry, that just pisses me off.
She also blocked me on Twitter, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah. It just, she hasn't blocked me yet, but. Gustavo G for 2. We traded at 84 landslide for losing anyways. Yay. Well, no, there's still a chance it's a landslide defeat. I still think it's possible. I'm not saying it's a guarantee, but. Let's see here. I'm a Protestant that pissed me off. It should piss everyone off. It's just, to say everyone's like, that's a Catholic is a pedophile enabler? Really? That's why, if she's the nominee, I'm supporting the Democrat. I don't care. I really do not care. I don't care if the Democrats are like pro-transgender or some stuff. I disagree with it, but I can't support that Republican, in quotation. Lord Rhino for 2. Have you seen the scandal about Mr. Beast? Yes, it is going to get a lot worse from people I've heard about, or people have said some stuff. Apparently,
it's something else with Valentina. I think she's been exposed for like a bunch of stuff. I think her brother worked for Hillary Clinton. She's
a Democrat.
Followed Melinda Gates on LinkedIn. She faked an endorsement from somebody. I can't remember the name, but I think it's the general that works with Trump. What's the former Democrat?
Oh, which one? Flynn?
Yeah, Flynn. She faked an endorsement from Flynn and basically got told to fuck off.
Yeah, listen, I like Flynn. I obviously, I think, he's gone through a lot of shit. I'm fine with him. But why would you fake his endorsement? Of all the people to fake your endorsement with.
The only MAGA person I think has actually endorsed her, I think it was Matt Gaetz that endorsed her.
Ugh.
But I don't know if he actually endorsed her. I think he's praised her, but I don't know what he probably.
Right. But yeah,
there's probably stuff he doesn't know about her that.
Chat's asked about the Mr. Beast stuff. I'm gonna say is Chris is a scumbag, and you should have saw that.
We always knew that.
Yeah, everyone should have saw that coming. Listen, when it or he, I don't. Well, what is he? I don't know. But when he abandoned his wife and son for his own sexual degeneracy, that's when everyone should knew that something was up. You know how many people would want that? You're making God knows how much money with Mr. Beast. You have a loving family. You just had a kid. You have a stable job, and that's what you do?
Well, actually, I think that stuff happened before.
Apparently, there's some stuff happening after, and that they're covering it up. And now, apparently, some stat from former people of that work for Mr. Beast, they're saying this is much bigger than just Chris. It's beyond it. Apparently,
apparently, like Jimmy actually knew about this, but he couldn't fire Chris because of like lawsuits and stuff.
And because apparently Chris has stuff on him. Listen, I used to like Mr. Beast, but if it comes out that there's a lot more to the story and he's in charge of it, yeah, his career would be dead. I don't know. I don't know for sure. I'm not trying to say it's for sure, but yeah. It's good that the kid isn't around him. Well, we saw some weird stuff where he's trying to groom him. But, yeah. He was discovered to have a potential sexual relationship with a 13-year-old minor. God. Mr. Beast Squad touches kids. I'm not gonna say that, but I mean, Chandler? I think he's like openly Christian. He's like started like his own Bible thing, so I don't think he's involved with that. But all right, yeah, this whole Mr. Beast stuff is just sad. He does a lot of good, but I always had a bad feeling about it. I don't know. Don't know. Boomers calling Mr. Beast Satanist vindicated? No. I still don't get that. Like, why do people think it was the Antichrist when he helped cure blind people?
Because it's like, I don't know.
Something like the Book of Revelation or something. I don't freaking some of these schizophrenic boomers. I don't know. The voices for 2. Jake the Viking said Mr. Beast knew. Yeah, that's what I saw. Apparently other staffers are saying they said the same thing, that he knew. Alright, 2028 Kanye West. Kanye West just... Have we even heard from him in the past year? Anything?
Not that I know of, except for something with his girlfriend and whatever, but...
Yeah, he gets a new one each day, it seems like.
Yeah, I don't know.
Alright, and built wells and homes in remote areas. Yeah, I don't know. Very sketchy thing. American Nerd for 5. Rap, did he watch an interview that Elon Musk gave where he talked about being tricked into puberty blockers for one of his kids? Yeah, I watched that. That was not good. Because apparently, like, some quote-unquote doctors, they're saying, your kid has some, I forgot what exactly it was, like, sexual development issues. And
probably so.
you need puberty blockers, which they really didn't. And now he's infertile, I guess. That's crazy. I don't get why people lie about that stuff. It needs to be banned. Alright, this will get a lot worse. There's a very good source claiming that they have all their Discord group chats in the bot leaked. What? Alex Rosa needs to visit Mr. Beast. Yeah. I thought he was in jail or something. Or no, am I thinking someone else?
I don't know.
Okay. Alright, I think we went through everything. We talked about the Louisiana stuff. We talked about how Harris is a shit candidate. We talked about the Las Vegas stuff, the Biden stuff, the 25th Amendment. Did we miss anything? Mr. Beast we even talked about? Did we?
What else is in the news?
Oh, the 13 keys again.
Okay. Oh, breaking news. Biden's now tested negative for COVID.
Wow. What a surprise. Where's the picture? We still want to see it.
Apparently he's doing an address today, which will probably
fail miserably.
Result in more conspiracy theories, but...
Right, yeah. The 13 keys. Alan Lichtman is changing the goalpost once again. Is anyone surprised? Listen, you can be a partisan all you want, but this guy has changed his mind 500 times.
Something else. Schumer and Jeffries have endorsed Harris for president, which, okay, whatever.
That kind of just, yeah.
Yeah, she's already the nominee, by the way. She got the nominee yesterday.
But yeah, so the whole Alan Lichtman stuff, remember, just 2 weeks, not even a week ago, he was saying if Biden dropped out, they were going to lose. Remember that? Now he's saying Biden dropping out actually helps them. Unfrickin' believable. He just keeps moving the goalpost, and now he is saying if there's a ceasefire in Israel, that's somehow a foreign policy success. Remember when Trump had the Abraham Accords?
Yeah.
And that was not considered a success. But a ceasefire that's going to last like 2 seconds, after a bunch of people are already dead, is somehow a success. I just... Yeah, so, you know what? 13 keys. You know what? Screw it. I did some more research on this, and I didn't realize the short-term economy. Remember how everyone's saying we're not in a recession? Remember how everyone said, like, oh yeah, we're not technically in a recession? Mm-hmm. I went back to 1992, all right? In 1992, actually, it's on the wiki page. I can pull up right here. The key 5, the short-term economy, is turned false when the economy is or is widely perceived to be in a recession during the election campaign. Not if it's actually statistically in recession, but it also can be false if it's widely perceived to be a recession. Lichtman cites the early 1990s recession as an example. The recession had ended in March of 1991, but a Gallup poll in September of 1992 found that 79% of respondents believed the economy was in recession, turning the key false for George H.W. Bush. So, his own words, if the economy is perceived bad, the key is false. That's his own words. Yes, if they declared a recession, yes, it automatically flips the key. But if people think the economy sucks, the economy is bad. I didn't know anything about this. I actually did some research on this, and I found some other interesting things. So, you can turn the economy key false. And this scumbag is lying about it. It's his own words. And he just keeps changing the goalpost every single day. Jess Unleashed for 2. I'm back-to-back. In back-to-back polls, Trump is up by 2. Yeah. We got a new poll for YouGov. Hold on. YouGov poll, it sounds like. Is that true?
Oh boy, I wonder how much Trump is up by now.
It's tied.
Tied? Why? Why?
Last poll was Harris or Trump +1. Or Trump +2.
Oh, so now it turns towards Harris. Oh boy.
Yeah. Alright, let's see here. Okay, yeah, this poll's bad for... Let me pull this up for chat to see. Yeah, it just... Once again, it's frickin' YouGov being YouGov. They do this shit every single year. Alright. With RFK and others included, Harris is down by 2. So it's clear RFK and others hurt, it hurts, Harris. Much more than it did for Biden. Oh, Josh Shapiro's down by 7 if he goes against Trump.
Oh, I guess so much for the...
That theory's down the window. Right out the window. I'm curious about the demographics of this poll. Okay. Trump versus Harris. Independents tied. How is that a Trump lead or Harris lead? I don't know. 2020 vote. How? How is Trump winning white voters by 14? He's getting 13% of the black vote, and he's losing Hispanics by just 6.
I don't know. They probably they had to oversample somebody.
Yeah, this doesn't seem right. Before Biden announcement, hold on. Wait a minute. Am I reading this right? Before the Biden announcement, Harris was up by a point. So according to YouGov, after the announcement, Trump got a bump. If I'm reading this right. Chat, is this real? I could be wrong, but that's what it sounds like. Oh my gosh, please tell me that the bump actually gave a bump to Trump. Please. YouGov poll. Yeah, what's the party ID on this? Let's do the math here. It is a D plus. Let's see. I'll do the quick math with my calculator up. Let's see here. 439 divided by that. It is a D plus 2 sample. Somehow. It's to be R plus 2. So this poll is understanding Trump by a lot. Yeah, so even in the shitty poll for Trump, he's still tied. And that's with some wonky crosstabs. But that's kind of expected, though. Let's see here. YouGov, Morning Consult, Ipsos are the big 3 adjunct pollsters. Yeah. YouGov can be good at times. It depends who's sponsoring it. It's Yahoo, yeah, it's trash. Alright. So, if anyone got any more super chats, any more questions, concerns, comments, begin sending them now. Last calls for super chats, folks. Last calls for super chats. All right, so YouGov poll, I'm gonna look more into it. I just find it funny that even the shitty poll for Trump, it's overstating Harris by a couple points. Don't know.
All right, so we got never mind, Joe.
What?
Just kidding. But never mind. Well, okay, we got a Trump and Vance rally in St. Cloud, Minnesota.
Today?
Saturday.
Okay.
Harris is having her first rally in Wisconsin at it looks like a high school arena.
Yeah, so it's a high school venue. It's nothing but white boomers, and that's like downtown Milwaukee. How is I know Milwaukee's still fairly white considering, but really, that's your.
I can't wait for I can't wait for Noah was taken and Harry Sisson to brag about the big crowd for this one.
15 people, but then when Trump brings in 50,000 people, that's a small crowd.
Oh no! Look, just look at this picture. The arena's half full. No one likes Trump, even though it was taken like an hour.
Yeah, 5 hours before the rally, or there's ones like the Pennsylvania one, where that's just how the venue's set up for the fire safety reasons and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or Dog Show for 2. How many electoral votes constitutes a landslide for you? I think anything above 330 at this point is a landslide.
I think they say 350 or something.
I think, well, because we're more polarized.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, something like that.
Republicans can't really get a landslide anymore. I disagree with that. I think there's a possibility of it. I'm not saying it's likely, but yeah. All right. If you guys did enjoy this stream, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening. I don't know how it's going with Harris. I think this is just a bad pull for her. The fact that it's a D+2 sample and she's tied, yikes. Not good for her. Not good for her at all. All right. We'll see you guys next stream, video, wherever you see me in. Godspeed.